And we're back. Scam podcast. Scam original. Scam proper. You know, not the picks. We're here to talk shit. Maybe say some racist stuff. Just kidding. We're not going to say racist. Save that for Patreon, right?
Yeah, right.
But welcome back, guys. Sorry for the little bit of a hectic schedule the last week or so. Things have been crazy for both me and Malcolm, but we are here and we are back. What's been going on with you? I know we both had a pretty heartbreaking loss with the Gators today because they fucking stink. Can't play defense.
Yeah, just betting money, losing money. It's been a tough week. The Gators fucked me. The Lakers fucked me.
Yeah. Lakers fucked me last night too.
It was bullshit. But
we'll get into the finals a little bit later because I do want to talk about that game last night.
Besides that, I've been I've been getting out of the political loop a little bit, because I got a job and shit now. But it's still a little entertaining.
Yeah.
I tell you what though, when that Kamala Harris Pence debate went going, I was just like, this is fucking boring without Trump.
Yeah, I was gonna say I after that Biden Trump debate, I was like, man, I don't think it can get much worse than this, and then it did. I watched that Harris Pence debate for about 5 minutes, and I was like, this is not worth my time.
Yeah, because it's just standard like slip and slide politics. We don't commit to anything, and
also,
it's just, what they're gonna say before they say it.
Also, Pence is just so boring. Anything he says is just putting me to sleep, man. And Kamala Harris, I didn't even know what she was talking about.
She's always got that fucking attitude. I don't understand. Like, I haven't come up with a way to describe it, but all I think about when I see her is Maya Rudolph. That's all I just think it's Maya Rudolph, dude. You know how it's like Maya Rudolph always plays like those like black characters.
She played Kamala Harris, I believe.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure she's played Kamala Harris.
And it's like, it's like Kamala Harris is the living character. It's like fucking weird, dude.
All right, enough politics. So first off, thank you everybody that's been downloading, watching, liking, subscribing, sharing with your friends. It has been fantastic. The last few weeks have been really great for the show. We're still climbing every episode. So thank you everybody for that. Please subscribe to the channel if you're watching now. Right down there, subscribe, like, tell your friends about it. Follow us on Twitter at @scam_podcast. Follow us on Instagram at @scam_podcast. And also, I was streaming on Twitch.
If you don't have a Twitter, get a Twitter.
Yeah, get down. Yeah, what are you waiting for?
Yeah.
And also, if you're into video games, I was streaming @scam_podcast. So I was streaming on Twitch and YouTube yesterday. We'll be doing some more of that in the future. Both me and Malcolm in the future will be doing that. So stay tuned for that.
What were you streaming? Did you win?
Yeah. Oh yeah. NHL, the new NHL. Played a few games on there. Yeah. Did some FIFA as well. It's a good time.
You can tell I wasn't on there.
I actually said in the stream at some point, I was like, yeah, Malcolm plays, or my co-host Malcolm, he plays too. He used to be better than me, but he's not anymore, even though he would disagree. So we'll see.
Overall,
that's a conversation.
No, hold on.
That's a conversation for
overall. I might not be better than you, but I am better than you.
No chance.
I know how to play you.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We can. There's an easy way to settle it. We can play each other. So we'll see. We'll do that in the future. Maybe we'll do it on Twitch. Once we get enough people following the Twitch channel. So yeah. But also, if you'd like to email us, podcastscam@gmail.com. You can email us like these lovely people did, because Malcolm, we did get some emails, and these ones did get a little weird, like we were asking for.
Yeah.
We asked, and the people delivered. So I hope you're ready.
What are they talking shit about my orange shirt now?
No more people talking shit. Although we did get some compliments. I don't know if you saw that. Somebody commented on the YouTube that they liked both of our Trump impressions from the last episode. Which
did I do one?
I don't. I'm not really an impressionist, and I don't think you tote yourself or tout how fucking good you are at impressions. So we appreciate it, but wasn't we don't agree. So
yeah.
So let's get right into these emails here, because this is. I was reading these the other day, and my mind was. I was like, I can't wait to read these on the show. The first one here is interesting because I have a good story to go for the answer. So let's start with the question. So about a month ago, around midnight one night, our street was filled with cops, and they blocked off the entrance to our neighborhood. The next morning, I found out that the guy who lived a few houses down from me killed him and his wife with carbon monoxide poisoning with his car in the garage. Have you guys ever known anyone that killed someone?
You know, well, depends on who you ask. You're asking the state or the guy. So I don't know.
Well, let me tell you my story, and then maybe give you a second to think about it. So, I used to work back in the day when I was in college. I used to work at a Chili's. I was a server at Chili's, and I got people that can vouch for this story. How crazy this is that worked with me there. We used to have this dishwasher, right? That fucking like hated his life, hated his job, and he got the job.
Are always the wild card.
Always miserable. They're always miserable
on work release. Yeah, you know, they're already got 1 foot in prison, dude. So
yeah, and you know what? It's like if you got to that point, it's already been a rough journey. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's the worst job to have in a restaurant. You make the least amount of money. You probably do the most work. It sucks. You have food you smell like shit. Your hands are all fucking gross at the end of the night. But so this guy got the job because his father-in-law was the old dishwasher, and he was like 100 years old. And he got his son-in-law the job because he needed a job. And he was real weird, man. One time he had a heart attack.
It's in my lineage.
Yeah, basically.
My dad was a dishwasher.
His dad was a dishwasher. So when my dad died, he was on his deathbed and he handed me the family heirloom. It was a sponge.
Yeah, dude.
But anyways, back to the story. So this guy, he just starts. He's been there about a month, right? And he's always complaining. He's always yelling and screaming and whatever, right? Well, one day he comes in and he had like a heart attack, or what was said to be a heart attack, in the middle of the shift. And it turned out later, we found out later, he was smoking crack before he came in. So he was like cracked out.
Definitely give you a heart attack.
Yeah, and then he was running around working, and his blood pressure was so high, he almost went into cardiac arrest. Anyhow, so a few weeks after he almost dies, right? I win Employee of the Month. And in the employee So on the Employee of the Month plaque was
segue.
There's two people every month that win Employee of the Month. So it was me and that guy, the dishwasher. He won as well, right? So we took a picture, me and this guy, and we're like standing like this, pointing at the Employee of the Month plaque, right? So it's because we both won or whatever. A week after we win Employee of the Month, middle of the shift, about 4 police officers come into the Chili's, okay? And they're asking questions, and I see what's going on. And all of a sudden, they come to the back of the restaurant and like surround the dishwasher, throw him on the ground, put him in handcuffs, and leave. Turns out, before he left for work that morning, he strangled and murdered his wife, the other dishwasher's daughter, murdered her, and then came in and was working his shift like no big deal, right? So I didn't have any interaction with him that day. It's also just great that I won. Me and him are on the same level as far as Employee of the Month. You know, like we were both given the same award, and then he murdered his wife. So what's wild is I didn't have any interaction with that day. But could you imagine, like, you're just talking to a guy that literally just killed his wife with his own hands? Like, crazy. But I told my dad this story. This is probably like a decade ago. Maybe even actually it was longer than that. It's probably like 15 years ago. But I told my dad this story, and he was like sitting there thinking, and he goes, "You know, it probably happened, right?" And I was like, "What?" He goes, "He probably came home, and his wife was like, 'Are you gonna do the goddamn dishes or what?'" And he just lost it. He just lost it. He's like, "You know what I do with all my woman, you know." So, R.I.P. to his wife, I guess. But man, crazy stuff. Crazy stuff.
Not rest in peace. Yeah, I hope there's no dishes in heaven or hell.
Jesus. So do you know anybody that killed someone, or no?
I mean, yeah, I know of a couple people that I've known that have killed people, but you know, I mean, I wasn't there.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a couple guys I played football with that are serving time. One of them should be getting out actually, because you know, I guess on a second look, it wasn't quite murder.
Oh, or nice.
He didn't pull the trigger. Yeah, he was. You know.
Yeah, I know. I know it is. Yeah.
So that's good.
Yes. We also have had friends that we grew up with that were murdered. So that sucks too. So, but yeah, anytime someone loses their life, it sucks. Obviously, my story had a funny part to it, but it wasn't funny that he killed his wife. It was just funny that me and him were both awarded with Employee of the Month, and then made me feel real great about where I was in life at 18 or whatever.
Great dishwasher, bad person.
Hell of a dishwasher. I'll
tell you what he was murdering on a daily basis of those dishes.
Yeah. Okay, so this next one came in, and I don't know how to word this one, so we'll just see how you feel about it, and maybe we'll expand on it a little bit. So the email came from a guy named Craig. Okay. And Craig was telling us that he basically, it's very long, so I'm trying to like shorten it up a little bit. So he basically is dating this new girl. He had a really bad breakup with a girl a few months back. He's now dating this new girl. And he was almost positive that his ex was cheating on him while they were dating.
Reminds me of Office Space.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. He's like, you think that what's name's cheating on me? And he's like, yeah. And he's like, why does everybody say that? Anyways, so he felt like his girlfriend was cheating on him. They broke up a few months later. He's dating this new chick, right? Well, one night he's hanging out with himself. You know what I'm saying? He's scrolling through Pornhub and he finds this video, and it's like a compilation video.
Oh God. And
he finds his ex-girlfriend in like a homemade porno. Okay?
Is it bad that I look for those videos?
You're like typing in the description of like your ex-girlfriend or whatever. So anyway, so he finds
compilation of my ex-girlfriend.
It's like if you find one, it's like you. It's like, wait, what? So anyways, so the question was, he finds this video or whatever, right? His question was, what should he do? Like, he wants to confront his ex-girlfriend because he wants her to know that he knows. You know what I mean? Like, I've seen the video. But he's also like, I'm dating this new chick. Should I even care about this, basically? Like, how should he handle it?
I would tell him, whoa, brother, don't blow your load, okay? Let's use this to your advantage when it's convenient, like true blackmail, okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
yeah, I would agree. It's like yeah, I would agree. Blackmail him up. No, yeah, I think it depends on the situation. It's like what kind of relationship you have with your ex-girlfriend. Like if you just don't talk to her anymore, I wouldn't reach out to her out of the blue to be like, hey, guess what I saw? I saw a guy bust on your face or something. I wouldn't go that far. If she's still talking shit, or if you have mutual friends and she's bad mouthing you, then you definitely I might even post it on my Facebook.
Well, I just sucked this dude's dick and be like, I know, bitch, I see it.
We all know.
Yeah.
For the whole world to see. No,
man, she was in a compilation video. That's rough.
So yeah, and also I wonder if it was it a compilation of her, like a bunch of her, or was it like a bunch of different girls and she just popped in?
She knows it's going on, or was it kind of like? I'll tell you what, that's a 1 in a billion shot on Pornhub.
It is, right? That's what I'm thinking.
Nuts.
You know what else it might be though? This guy said he had a girlfriend. He might just be spending a lot of time on that website. You know what I'm saying? So, girlfriend. What did they say in that Grandma's Boy movie? Pamela Henderson or whatever.
Yeah, Pamela Henderson. Yeah, they're 5 sisters.
Yeah. So, yeah, man. Like I said, it depends on the situation. I wouldn't blame you if you do rub it in her face. Like she rubbed the cum in her face, but it's up
if
to
you're
you,
still
man.
talking to her, I would definitely bring it up.
Oh yeah. That's what I'm saying. If you're still talking to her, do it. If you haven't spoken to her in months, I wouldn't just do it out of the blue. It's just going to cause it.
You know what it's like to find a girl that's that sexually enlightened.
All right. So sticking with sex,
or hold on, you go to your current girlfriend and say, "Hey, check out what she's doing."
I left her for you.
Or don't even say it. Or like if she's not doing something you don't want to do, like, hey, let's watch some porn or whatever. You throw it on. Oh, look who it is. You get a little more weird than you.
That looks like fun. I remember what that was like. Yeah, there's a lot of different ways you can go with it, Craig. So enjoy the answer there. So we got a few more. This guy asked 2 questions, and they're so different. I don't know how. I don't know how he gave me these, but yes, what's the weirdest place you've ever had sex, and have you ever been pickpocketed?
Are you trying to ask me if I banged a hooker?
Wait. This is what happened to him last night. He woke up, he got the hooker, woke up, and all the money was gone. And he was like, God damn it. How can I ask this without letting him know that?
So that actually reminds me, I just got back from a buddy of ours' house. He just bought this house or whatever, and it's like they're still like constructing the neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like only been in the house like a week. He comes up, he just got this dog too. Dog starts yapping in like the middle of the night or whatever. He goes downstairs and he goes out to his front door, and there's a fucking car parked in his driveway.
What?
Like at like 2 a.m. or something like that. I guess
at his new house.
Because this neighborhood's like under construction. So
yeah.
You know, this lady gets out. She's like, "It's okay. It's okay." She's in the back seat. I guess some dude's in the front. He's not like saying anything. She like kind of starts to get out of the car. You know,
what?
Yeah, dude, gets a little weird. But my observation is, this is like somewhere around Denver. You know, I think this dude was just smoking crack with this chick, and you know, they pulled into a house that they thought was still under construction, and turns out people live there, I guess.
Yeah. Who knew?
Yeah, I know. I guess our buddy was saying he like slowly backed out of the driveway. It was just like, you know, probably has dope on him. They just try, hey, I don't want no trouble, dog. This bitch is hammered. I don't know.
Yeah, he's probably been coming to that spot for like months. He's like, fuck, somebody finally moved in. God damn it.
Yeah, exactly.
My crack blowjob spot is busted.
Hey, dude. What the fuck were we talking about?
I don't remember. Oh, it was, have you ever had sex? Where's the weirdest place? Have you ever had sex? Where's the weirdest place you have ever had sex? And have you ever been pickpocketed?
So this is like a high school story.
I think I know the one you're going to tell.
Yeah, this is the
Universal Studios.
No, it was Magic Kingdom, the monorail.
Oh.
Because they have like these tunnels and shit, and it's just like getting dark and all that. And they come over the intercom like, "Yo, this is a family ride." I guess they have like night vision cameras on the inside.
Wait, was it the monorail? I thought that was on Dudley Do Right or some shit.
No, it was the monorail that goes through like Tomorrowland.
That's not the monorail.
It goes
That's
around
the monorail. That's the goddamn, what's that called? Something of Tomorrow. Yeah, every time it's like a moving thing, and you sit in it.
It's not really a ride.
It's not a ride.
It's like
some bullshit exhibit thing. Yeah,
it's where you'd want to, you know.
Yeah. Because at first I was like, the monorail. That shit stops like every 20 seconds. Yeah. That would have been impressive.
Hotel.
Yeah, that would have been
open the door. Don't open the door.
Please stand clear of the doors. Like, shit. Put your pants back.
Gracias. Please stand clear of the door. That's fucking spot on for the Disney monorail,
bro. Both my grandparents, you know, we both grew up here in Orlando, but both sides of my grandparents worked at Disney. I spent like half my childhood at Disney.
Me too.
It's funny. It wasn't really like a privileged childhood,
but
it was like
enough time there to be like,
I hate this place. I earned it.
Yeah.
I deserve this.
Yeah.
It's like, let me tell. It's like, hold on. Do you know what my grandparents are? They work at Disney. All right. My grandma's been working in that place for 20 years. I can get my dick sucked in there if I would damn well please.
Exactly. Yeah, that actually reminds me of we're gonna talk about it. I don't know, whenever that pandemic special, because Mickey's all intertwined into that shit too.
Let's wrap up these emails, and we'll get right. We'll jump right into that. Never been pickpocketed. Weirdest place ever. I remember one time it was like in a. Oh, man, I don't even know if I can tell this story. Actually, I think what I'm about to say is illegal, and I probably can still get arrested for it. So we'll just pass on that one. So thank you for the emails, guys. Podcastgame@gmail.com. If you want to email us next week, we really do appreciate it. Those were perfect. That's exactly what we're looking for.
Yeah.
So much appreciated, you guys.
Murder and sex.
Murder, sex, crime,
like
drugs. Yeah. So thank you guys again. And we'll jump right into it. So South Park last week, they released a pandemic special, and there was like a double entendre because it was a pandemic special for the current pandemic, and also Stan's dad, Randy Marsh, in the episode was having a pandemic special selling his weed that he grows for a discounted price.
When he pulls everybody to that stage, dude,
Yeah.
It's just like, I know everybody's been having a real hard time. Yeah, me too. And I'm selling weed. Fucking. It's great.
He also it turns out he might have started in the episode of South Park. He might have started the coronavirus pandemic because he fucked a bat with Mickey Mouse in China.
Oh, insane, dude!
And what's the name of that other animal that
the pangolin?
The pangolin. Pangolin, yeah.
Whatever the fuck that is.
Yeah, it looks like almost like an armadillo with spikes or something. I don't know. It looks like a Pokemon, honestly.
And I thought, what did you think about it? I thought they went okay. They didn't go.
Yeah, they could have gone harder. It was funny, but they could have gone harder.
Yeah.
But my favorite part was when him fucking the bat, him fucking the pangolin, and then him thinking he started it, so he like comes in the weed that people are gonna smoke.
Great.
Yeah,
so good. That fucking fapping sound they fucking use.
Yeah. It's also funny because he does it into the one like jar, and he turns and there's all those jars. He's like, "Fuck." He makes that guy smoke it.
yeah, Jimbo.
Yeah. I was on me and you both were on the Randy bandwagon early for that show. I love that. He's one of my best characters
like
ever.
The fucking star.
Yeah.
It's fucking hilarious. It's like just all about Randy.
The one we used to talk about and we still reference all the time is the one where he's fighting people at the Little League games. I'm sorry, I thought this was America.
This is what fucking America's turning into right there.
Yeah, for real.
People are like, no, it's not America. Like, sorry, I thought it was.
I guess we'll roll right into that. Or did you have anything else on South Park?
No, well, speaking of, Corona and all this shit, every time I just, I generally eat pretty healthy during the week because I don't really have time to eat at work or whatever. And I just need, quick shit I could just pound down.
Mm-hmm.
So I keep getting this feeling every time I eat like shitty food and then like I can't breathe. I just keep thinking I have coronavirus.
Bro, I can't believe you just said that. I can't believe you just said that because I'm going through the same shit right now. The same shit. So I bought
am I just a fat piece of shit or do I really have coronavirus?
So no, I'm definitely like getting older. My body's starting to feel like it's getting older, and I'm having like these weird heartburn things going on. So I've had to take I don't even know what it's called, omeprazole, I think is how you pronounce it. So I have to take that every morning, right? But if I eat something like too late at night and then I lay down, it like all builds up and I get that heartburn and I legit cannot fucking breathe. It's like that. So like at least 3 times in the past couple of weeks, I've been like, I got the Roni. I got the fucking Roni. It's happening.
Exactly, dude.
And I wake up the next morning. I just have like a huge fart in the middle of the night and I'm like, oh, it's about, I can breathe again. It's like
it sounds like some Randy Moss shit right there. Yeah.
But it's terrible, man. I guess that's just part of getting older is you just start having the, digestive issues. So I'm taking all these probiotics and shit now. It's not helping at all. So we'll see what happens with that.
Dude, during the week, I just been doing the semi fucking keto carnivore, whatever.
Yeah.
It seems to work out pretty good. I feel good.
I'm a little scared to just start
that whole Domino's pizza on Friday night is not helping anything. There's more to it, but I won't.
Yeah, we'll spare us the details. Oh, speaking of Domino's, I drove by. Remember we talked about a few weeks ago that there's in my neighborhood there's a Domino's where the guy has a Porsche that delivers the pizzas. He's still there. He's still working there. So we'll see what happens with that. He hasn't gotten caught yet.
Yeah. So do you think Trump really had the virus or what? Because is he healed now? I don't know. I've been keeping track.
I don't know. I haven't really been keeping track either. I do know he's going to be here in my town tomorrow, or on Monday. He's doing an in-person rally on Monday, with or without the coronavirus. He said. So,
I got to say that crowd's probably going to be a little smaller now.
No, it's not. He had a huge crowd outside the White House this morning. Huge
Really?
crowd. Yeah. He's completely lost his mind. It's gone
Haven't
from
we
funny,
all?
Yeah, but it's gone from funny and entertaining to now it's like, all right, maybe this dude does need to leave the White House because he it's just the shit he says, man.
There's no doubt that he probably shouldn't be the person in there, but that doesn't mean fucking what's his name.
No, for sure not. For sure not. No, we on that we can agree, and we've agreed many times, and we've gone over many times. But it's just so wild to me that, like, we're still. It's like he says something, and it's just like, huh?
Yeah, I know.
This guy's the president.
I'm looking at this picture of him with the mask on, and his fucking jowls really hang below that.
He's looking rough. He is looking rough. His body too. When he was walking up to the White House, man, he's looking a little full. You know what I'm saying? Like he hasn't missed many meals. You know, so it'll be interesting to see what happens with all that with the Roni. It seems like he's recovered. He hasn't, you know.
This dude Pence, on the other hand, looked like he could live forever, dude.
You see the whole thing with the fly on his head during the debate?
No, I heard something about it.
So a fucking fly, because you know, he has that all white. It looks like he's bald, but it's all like white. His hair.
Yeah.
A fucking fly just came down, just landed right on it, and just sat there the entire debate. Didn't move. And everyone's like, you know, flies love shit. So makes sense.
That's good.
Let's stay away from politics. We were politics heavy the last few episodes. Let's stay away from it a little while. Things will happen. Once we get closer to the election, we'll talk a little bit more about it. But I'm just tired now. I'm burnt out on it. I do have something I wanted to talk about. See if you remember this. So I guess we were probably like 19 years old, right? And do you remember when I worked at Foot Locker?
Yeah.
So I remember I used to have like a group of friends that we'd go out to clubs with them because they were all over 21 and they could like hook us up at places so we get free drinks. Do you remember going out with those people?
What are you about to do?
What?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's many a story we cannot share on here from things that happened in those nights. But what it reminded me is I saw on Facebook or whatever. Damn, I shouldn't have said where it was I worked because now she follows me, so she's gonna see this. Oh well, fuck her. I used to have a boss of mine that I worked with that had like a huge crush on you. Do you remember that? She used to always be like, "What's up with your friend Malcolm or whatever?" And the reason I'm bringing this up is like she used to every time at work every time everybody would go out, you would come with me. Me and you would go, right? And you didn't work there, so. Afterwards, the next day, she'd be like, "Oh, what's up with your friend? How's he doing? He's cute or whatever." She'd always talk about you or whatever, right? And I remember like bringing it up. I was like, "I'll talk to him. I'll see what's up or whatever," right? And I remember like bringing her up and like, "Hey, what do you think of what's her name?" Blah blah blah. And you're like, "Her? She's fucking old, dude. Jesus Christ! Like, what are you doing?" Like you just like that. And you'd be like, "Keep her the fuck away from me." And it was true. I was the same way. I was like, "This old bitch over here hitting on a 19-year-old. What the fuck's wrong with her?" Right? So, anyways, going through the whole thing. But I just remember she would nag me about it all the time. Like almost like I almost joke. It got to a point where it was like a joke. You know, it was like,
you sure this was Malcolm?
Me? Yes. But she'd be like, "Oh, tell your buddy Malcolm or whatever." I said hi or whatever, and I didn't want to tell her like, "Yeah, he thinks you're old and ugly, so he's not interested." You know what I'm saying? So it was like, yeah. So
that sounds like me.
But the reason I'm bringing this up, right?
At least at 19, it sounds like me.
The reason I'm bringing this up is so the other day, I'm like looking through Facebook, and it was her birthday, and I was like, "Oh shit!" So I clicked on it or whatever. It was her 40th birthday. You know what that means?
She's over the hill.
No, when we were calling her old and crusty and shit, she was 28. We're like, this old bitch. She's younger than we are right now. It's like, fuck. Do you remember like being like that young? Or I mean.
I want to see this chick because I don't remember her.
I'll show you later. I mean, she wasn't ugly. She was actually like pretty decent looking. But I mean, she wasn't a 10, but she was decent looking, and she was cool too. She was cool. You definitely had hung out with her before and stuff. But she you know, I felt the same way. She was like, she's old, you know.
God, my fucking brain is toast.
Yeah, same. Listen, if I wouldn't have seen that shit on Facebook, I wouldn't even remember that I even worked there. So.
Yeah, that's true.
We use and abuse the brain.
There's definitely some. You know, I feel bad for these kids nowadays growing up with this shit. Everything's documented. It's never gonna go away.
Yep.
Because like I don't have Facebook. Haven't had it in fucking 8 years or something. Since it started. And you know, every once in a while, a friend will send me, "Oh, I've seen this on my fucking timeline." It's just like, fuck, dude. Like a picture from me being like 18 in a fucking Ed Hardy shirt or something. Jesus Christ.
Well, exactly. It was like the tail end of college for us is when all that shit started popping off with social media. But what it was funny though, I don't use Facebook pretty much at all. The only reason I went on there is because the Yankees got eliminated in the playoffs, and I would just post it on there because I know I have a lot of friends that are Yankees fans. And it was just letting them know the Yankees suck, So, and I literally was like thinking, and I was like, oh, I gotta write that on Facebook because it'll piss people off. So,
it just depresses me. Like when people like, as soon as I see like or back in the day when I would see like somebody post like 3 paragraphs or 4 paragraphs, you're like, all right, this is way too fucking much, dude.
Yeah. Nowadays it's all politics, dude. Every post it's like
it's got to be a war zone.
It is. It's like one post is someone talking about Trump. The next post is someone talking about Black Lives Matter. The next post is like someone going against Black Lives Matter. The next post is like police brutality. The next post is a cop. It's like, what the fuck, man?
So I had a old friend recently contact me. I haven't talked to in a while, maybe like a year or something. And they were talking about how, they're kind of deep in conspiracies and all this shit. And, I guess they support Trump and shit. And then she started telling me that she put on Facebook that she didn't believe the George Floyd thing was like real, like right when it happened. I was like, oh yeah, how the fuck did that go? She goes,
no kidding,
not good.
What's funny is that was like, it's not true to say it wasn't not to say how I phrase this. To say it was a legit conspiracy theory is disrespectful because that dude got fucking murdered. But people fucking believed that shit. They're like, look at his tattoos and he's shorter. He's 4. He says he's 6'2". He looks 5'8". It's like, what are you talking about? First of all, it was recorded on looks like it was recorded on a fucking Razor fucking flip phone. It was terrible quality.
Yeah.
And you can't tell from fucking that kind of angle what you never met this dude. You don't know what the fuck this dude looks like. You're just going up, and then they're like, "Oh, look, the cop that got arrested isn't really the cop. It was a fake. They had a stand-in for the cop." It's like, you think they give a fuck about that cop?
The classic one nowadays is like any conspiracy theory is like, which I don't know. Maybe it's legit, maybe it's not, because you don't know what Photoshop. But they're like, look at the ears. Look at the pattern of the ears, dude. How do you change your ears? Like Epstein, all of them, dude. It's always the fucking ears, bro.
Yeah. Speaking of that whole Epstein, Ghislaine Maxwell shit, all kind of has kind of like got a little quiet lately.
Just never seen a picture of Ghislaine getting fucking arrested or in a jumpsuit or anything.
Nothing. Now, I can understand her being
fucking drawings.
If she's gonna talk, I can understand her being protected,
she's yapping,
but she's got to be yapping, right?
I'm telling you right now, if Biden gets in, that shit's gonna go to the wayside, dude. She'll never.
You think?
Oh yeah. For sure.
I don't know if. See, I don't know if it'd be worse for her if Trump or Biden wins, because there's pictures of Epstein with Trump too, and I don't think him or pretty much anybody else was guilty of anything outside of. I'm
not worried about them personally being implicated. I'm just saying, like, Biden's more closely tied to Clinton.
Well, that's what I'm saying, but I mean, but at the same time, Trump is the president, and he was pretty closely tied with Epstein, and he didn't have her whacked, or maybe he did. How crazy would that be? We found out years later that it was like Trump who killed Epstein.
Like personally,
like it was him.
I want to do it myself.
There you go with that impression again. We're gonna get.
I went in there. The fucking thing, dude.
The hands. It's all right. So he said something yesterday. He said something yesterday where he contradicted himself 3 times in like the same sentence. But the way he did his hands is like he's like, I wish I could find the quote, but he was just like, we're going to do this, and then, but we're not going to do this. We're going to do this.
Look, we said we were going to do it, and now we're going to do it. Okay.
Now you sound like Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah, Mark Wahlberg.
Mark Wahlberg. What's the other one? Sake souffle?
Yeah, sake souffle, dude. Jesus Christ.
Was that Larry King? That's who says that?
Yeah, I encourage you guys to look that up. Mark.
Oh, so this
Wahlberg.
This is the sentence I was talking about that Trump said. You ready? This is the direct quote from him, but you can watch the video where he says it. You're not vulnerable. Excuse me. You're not vulnerable, but they like to say that the vulnerable, but you're the least vulnerable. But for this one thing, you're pretty vulnerable.
He's talking about the age or whatever.
Yeah.
Look, he said I was going to die. I'm not dead, okay? Now, maybe you might die. It's great. Dude.
You're not vulnerable, but they like to say the vulnerable, but you're the least vulnerable. But for this one thing, you're pretty vulnerable.
Vulnerable, yeah, maybe. I don't know. My whole thing with that is like, I don't like how people go like, they're like, he killed 200,000 people. Like, no, he didn't. He did not.
I just don't know what else. I don't know what else you do because like they're saying that he he made all these mistakes and he should have done this and he should have done that. And it's like, well, clearly the fucking lockdown wasn't working either. You know what I mean? It's like at some point you got to focus on. We've gone over all this stuff before, but it's just like agreed with what you said earlier. It's like, yeah, this dude probably shouldn't be president, but it's like the other options we have right now, aren't much better. So it's like, what do you do? So
you fucking burn down a target, dude.
Hey.
Fuck. It's pretty simple, dude. I'm going to get a gun.
Yeah, you mentioned that last episode too.
As soon as they fucking it's not going good, dude, because they're all sold out.
Yeah, is that hard to find one,
dude? I mean, you can buy one, but like the one I want or any of like the decent ones.
Yeah,
I called Cabela's today. I'm like, yo, it says all these handguns are out of stock. Like, do you guys have any? She's like, we have some. But I'm like, it says it's out of stock online. Like, can you order it and it'll come in? She goes, oh, if it says it's out of stock online, it means the distributor they just don't have enough to send.
I don't know. I'm sure that guns are probably a hot item right now, but like everything is out of stock everywhere. Everywhere I go, when I try to buy something, it's just fucking out of stock. I can't order shit online. I've gone over it multiple times. I still don't have this motherfucking Brady jersey I bought in April. Still hasn't shown up. So it's like
biggest sign of the end times is when you go to a gas station, like they're out of energy drinks, or it's like just not stocked quite enough. You know what I'm saying? You're like, all right, dude, what's going on?
Now I'm worried.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Toilet paper, whatever. All the other shit. No meat in the
bread, meat. Yeah,
Whoa,
yeah.
Bro, you can't get Pepsi to the come and go, dog. What's going on, bro? It's fucking hey.
How's the climate out there in Denver?
Dude, honestly,
how are the people reacting?
It's like living inside of a fucking tear gas canister right now, dude.
Yeah.
This fucking smoke is
it's gotten over to you now?
It's been here for weeks.
Yeah, is it?
Can't see it. I haven't been able to see the mountains for weeks. It's honestly nice going to work because I go up in the mountains and I'm like above the smoke.
Sometimes. Oh, really?
Yeah, sometimes, but sometimes I'm fucking also catching ash in my fucking mouth up there, so I don't know. But yeah, the weather's changing. It's nice fall weather. It's a little chilly.
Yeah. What's chilly up there? Like what kind of temperature is considered chilly?
I say like below 70, 60.
Oh yeah. So that's like the same here then.
Enough to wear like a jacket and shit. No, because like 55 in Florida, you're like,
it's different. That's cold.
Cold, yeah.
Yeah. We talked about this.
You can get pretty low down here and still be okay.
Yeah, I remember like going up north, being up north, and like it'd be in the 30s, and it'd be, you put on a light jacket, like a little hoodie, in 30 degrees. Yeah. Down here, if it's fucking 50, it's brick out. You know what I mean? You need you need to bundle up.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about sports a little bit, I guess. So we talked about it a little bit on our picks episode, but fucking Tom Brady, forgetting it was 4th down on Thursday night, didn't know what down it was on the final drive of the game. They lose the game to the Bears. Rough look. Who in that situation? You said we talked about it, but you said you caught a little bit at the end there. In that situation, who's more to blame there? Is it the coach? Is it the head? Is it the player? The quarterback should always know the down. I understand that.
There's no excuse.
No excuse, right?
Because especially if you have 6 rings. Like,
yeah, because people are already coming like, well, it's different when it's Belichick, and Belichick would never let that happen. And it's like,
that's true. Sure Belichick.
I don't know if that's true though. I don't know.
Well, yeah, he's had a couple blunders, but they usually covered up because he wins.
Well, exactly. But regardless, Brady still makes that mistake in that kind of situation too. Just because he has first of all, Belichick's not in his headset telling him what down it is. That's Josh McDaniels' job. So you're saying basically that you trust Josh McDaniels more than Byron Leftwich, who's the offense coordinator for the Bucs, which for sure, if you want to say that, that's acceptable. But the narrative that's like, well, Belichick, that would never happen under Belichick. Brady, blah, 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 blah. It's like he would still it's the player's job to know what down it is. There's a big fucking marker at the line of scrimmage that tells you what down it is. It's the final drive of the game. You've done this hundreds of times. You should know what down it is. Now, I think it's a little blown out of proportion because regardless if he thought it was third or fourth down or whatever, he made a decent pass. Just the pass got knocked away. It wasn't like he threw it out of bounds. If he would have thrown it out of bounds on fourth down and thought it was third, that would have been a big deal. But he still tried to attempt a pass and it was just incomplete.
You want to talk about fucked up pass? How about the Marquise Morris pass in that Lakers game? What the fuck was that?
That's what I wanted to talk about too. So last night at the end of the game, if you don't know, Lakers were up 3-1 in the series. They win one more. Series is over. Last night, they're down by one. Lakers are down by one. There's, 20 seconds left. They have the ball. LeBron has it, dribbles it up. In his career, LeBron is more known to be the guy with the game on the line to pass the ball versus shooting it, which is fine. You make the right play, whatever. A lot of people criticize him for not having that killer instinct, wanting the ball in his hands, wanting to take the last shot. So last night he passes. Instead of taking the shot, he passes. But the thing is, the guy he passed to was the most open person I think I've ever seen in my fucking life. Like, he had 10 feet in front of him to fucking shoot the ball, Danny Green, and he fucking bricks it, completely misses.
Yeah, that was crazy.
It's like, you can't blame LeBron for that, man. Like, this guy, like I said, is maybe the most open I've ever seen someone. And then Marquise Morris gets the
I don't blame
rebound.
LeBron either because, like, he was going off last night. I mean, he was just dominating.
Him and Jimmy Butler were just going back and forth. But hold on here. Let me find this picture here because I mean it's fucking crazy, man. Like look at this. Have you ever seen anybody more open? Like the closest guy is like 10 feet from him and he misses it. So it's like you can't blame LeBron for that, man. You can't blame LeBron for that. But then so he misses it, and then Marquise Morris, or is it Marquise?
I have no clue.
Yeah, it's one of the.
I think it's the one from that used to be on the Celtics.
So Marquise, or no Marcus. I don't fucking
Marcus.
So he gets the rebound, and there's also a good picture of him when he has the ball and he's looking. There's like 4 guys open, like passing me the ball, and instead he just tried to lob it to Anthony Davis and just completely threw it out of bounds. So terrible,
fucking
terrible
people.
So we're getting another game. Game 6.
They got to win this game.
If they don't, I think the Heat are going to win.
Oh yeah, me too. If it goes to 7, I'll take the Heat.
Yeah,
because
I do think the Lakers take care of business tomorrow night. What's been scary though is fucking Anthony Davis has been getting banged up every game. Every game he's just coming out for a few plays, rolls an ankle. Last night it looked like his Achilles popped. So they got to be careful. One big hit or something to him or LeBron, and this whole series could turn on a dime here.
Yeah.
Especially now that the Heat are getting some players back. Also, if the Heat would have been healthy, if the whole team didn't get hurt in game 1, they might have won this fucking series.
I found a great guy. I don't know if you watch him on YouTube.
Let's not advertise for somebody else on our show on YouTube.
Well, this is completely like, I mean, it's not really a crossover here. I mean, I guess.
I hear you, but if someone was like, "Hey, that sounds interesting. Let me go click on that," they leave the podcast to go watch.
Well, it is.
I'm just kidding. I'm just fucking around. Go ahead. What do you got?
It's just this guy, Brian Sutter, MD. He's just like a fucking medical doctor that talks about sports injuries.
Yeah,
by himself.
It's cool. Also with those specific.
He talked about what was going on with what's his name's tit. That fucking...
Israel Adesanya.
Yeah, which is super.
What was his explanation on that? He's nursing.
Well, he said it could be, he obviously is a fucking doctor. He said there could be multiple things.
Yeah.
But I guess he was saying like they have to do a biopsy, but it could be steroid use, but he didn't think so. Could be a pectoral. He was like, no way. And then it was
John Jones was on Twitter saying it was steroids. So
yeah, he didn't rule that out like he did a pec muscle. So it is possible. That'd be fucking crazy if it was.
Because what it would be is these guys, they take testosterone and then to mask it on the test they take estrogen, and that would increase your
But even if he was, I tell you what, you're not going to convince me that fucking Polo Costa's not taking steroids.
Yeah, for real. For real. Yeah, he looks like a walking steroid, basically, you know. So
yeah, it's great. Oh, Billy Burr hosting Saturday Night Live today.
I saw that. Bill Burr.
I'm like, yeah. I feel like Saturday Night Live just lost its whatever, dude.
Yeah, it has. That Jim Carrey Alec Baldwin opening last week, where Jim Carrey was Biden and Baldwin was Trump, was just it's played out, man. It's all played out.
Yeah, they're just like it's turned into just a political show. It's like, are you trying to be funny anymore?
Yeah.
Before it was like they'd have like a Bill Clinton skit here or there.
Yeah.
You know, and it was like there was kind of some nostalgia to it because they didn't do it all the time.
Yeah.
And then it turned into I don't know what the fuck.
Yeah, and apparently I didn't watch it, but I saw that apparently they did some tribute to RBG where the girl that you hate basically dressed up as her, and then they had like a moment of silence, and it was like the gavel with the robe, like as they fade to black. It's like, what are we doing? It's a judge, dude. A judge. Like,
and this is a sketch comedy show.
Exactly. No one cares about that just watching the show. Like,
yeah.
They just try to make too many. It's one thing to like try to make a stand for social issues like the NBA is doing, right? They're trying to bring a different perspective to things and get eyes and people understand this racial inequality and all these different issues that are going on. So I kind of get that. With Saturday Night Live, it's like that. We don't need that from a sketch. Imagine if they did it on Mad TV. Like, what do we?
Yeah, right. Bobby Lee trying to tell you,
who to vote for. Yeah, okay. Like what, dude? It's like exactly. It's like, and the thing is, all you're gonna do. I understand, doing it, but it's like you can't. They're acting like they're so brave for doing this. It's like, no, it's not. It's not difficult to have that kind of stand. Like, yeah,
I'll tell you what, too, and just from their career perspective, it's a cop out because then it
is a huge cop out because
now like what you're gonna do. You don't actually have to come up with sketches.
Yep, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? You can just ride the wave.
Yep. I saw this video that was trending. I'm just debating right now. I was going through the bookmarks on Twitter of if I had any clips that I wanted to share for this episode, and there is one. But I'm not sure if I feel comfortable.
So I don't know what is going on in this video because I haven't been able to listen to it. It's just some dude, this journalist that I follow on Twitter. So okay. I'm just gonna share my screen. I'm just gonna show you.
Let's see what happens.
I'm just gonna show you what's going on, dude.
All right.
Hold on, let me.
Yeah,
and maybe we can guess what she's talking about.
Oh, that's it. That was the one. Oh my God! Stop sharing it. Stop, Malcolm. Stop sharing it. Stop sharing it. I'll tell you why after. But look how funny this is. That's literally the video I was going to show you. So I'll describe it to you. Actually, we can play a little second of it. But I'll tell you why we can't play the whole thing at the end, right? So just try to understand. This is the entire 2 minutes of this video. What? So I'm not sure what she's talking about here at the beginning. I guess she's carrying the dog.
You got me in the middle of the street, bro. Hobson? Don't nobody listen to fucking Hobson?
Oh, they don't?
Are you off crack?
Are you on the toy street?
Back up. See these rings, nigga? I'm rich. Exactly.
What do you have? Love in your life? If I took your
mom,
she's on
something.
Really love you?
Nah, listen, I feel bad for you. Whoa. Back up.
Look at.
If I really do that, do you really?
What are you talking about?
Bro, look at her pupils.
Let me get back in my car.
So small.
The mafia. It's called the military of the United States of America. You're black.
His whole tone changes here.
What?
So you're black.
So what?
Exactly.
So what if I'm fucking black? What's up?
So what if I'm fucking white?
I didn't say nothing about race, you racist bitch.
What if you're from California and I'm not?
Race. I'm not from fucking California.
So what's
up? It doesn't matter. What's up? What do you want to do?
Utah?
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Dude, her fucking, she looks crazy. She looks like a living porcelain doll.
Gee.
So I can't show you the rest of the video. Have you seen the ending?
I haven't seen it at all.
Fuck it. Let's see let's see if we get pulled off YouTube. You're gonna like the ending takes a left turn.
Or a right hook.
You'll see.
Yeah.
Doing? Who are you?
I don't have an identity.
Why are
I
you
was
putting up on me
absolutely,
like
absolutely
this?
shocked by
Where
this.
did you come
Identity?
from? The fuck?
You look like you have an identity in the Illuminati.
Bro, if you was a dude.
Dude, this bitch is losing her shit. Is that her car?
What?
No, it's his car.
Oh.
You really want to be worth more than Mercedes or not?
Is that your dog? What the?
Oh!
That's why we couldn't share it.
What a bitch.
Yeah. So he takes the dog. He takes the dog. There's clips on Twitter. He like kept the dog.
I'll keep the dog too.
As me too. As the video goes on, I'm you know what, I'm gonna edit that out. I think because I'm pretty. That's animal abuse. I'm pretty sure we'll get taken off YouTube for that. But if you're listening at home, this lady's clearly on drugs or something, and this guy approaches her. She will not let him get back into his car. The reason you just saw it and I just saw it, it's true. It's
is that what
biggest,
she's doing when she's walking back? She's kind of
she's not letting him get back in his car. I don't know what started the situation, but the reason it's the #1 trending thing on Twitter right now, and there's a news story. There's a warrant out for her arrest for animal abuse.
It's probably another warrant out for arrest too.
Yeah, and it's weird because if you're listening to it, you'd think she's some ugly crackhead. She's pretty hot actually, but she
looks like if she wasn't on crack and she gained a couple pounds, she'd be definitely okay.
Yeah, I mean, no. Don't get me wrong. She's not a smoke. She's
hot for a crackhead.
Exactly. That's what I mean. For the situation, she's hotter than you would think by listening to it. And if you are listening to it, follow us on YouTube at scam podcast channel. You can find the link in the description of the episode. But anyways, so at the very end of the video, he's like, "Is that your dog?" Because she's holding the dog like barely, like by his leg, basically. It's a puppy. It's a little German Shepherd puppy, and then she chucks the fucking dog at him, and the dog goes flying, and it's crazy because, like, what? If you go through, he does keep the dog. He takes the dog home and washes her and stuff. But like, it's so wild because I just don't know, man. I don't know what's going on there, and I feel bad for the dog, man. The dog had nothing to do with that shit, you know. So,
that's why you don't smoke crack.
But yeah, I am gonna edit out that the part there at the end just so we get
the dog is okay though. So
the dog is okay. The dog did end up getting
survived the fucking toss.
Yeah, and because he lands on his fucking neck. You know, she threw it, chucked the dog. Like the dog's probably scared as shit too. Like what the fuck just happened? And you know, I hope she never gets that dog back. And that's not a cheap dog. Those German Shepherd puppies are expensive. So. There's a great picture though. Look at this. The dog was flying. Dude. He's like, what? He's like, what the fuck? The caption is, I bet you're wondering how I got here. Let me tell you about it. You know, like those freeze frames. It's like, hey, that's me.
Dude, she looks like she just fell down that conspiracy fucking K-hole, dude. Fucking,
I don't know what she was talking about, man. I don't know.
Illuminati, all kinds of crazy wild shit.
She's like, yeah, what are you, black? And he goes, his whole tone changed. He's like,
yeah, you
fuck did you just say? Like, yeah, you're black, I'm white. What's the problem?
Yeah. What if I'm from California? Like, is that California?
It's got to be California. But if you look at my eyes right now, I'm looking at the camera. My people's kind of look like hers. Oh.
Not even close, dude. Her shits were fucking. Her whole eye was blue.
Mine's pretty small, but it's just because there's a light right where my hand is right here. There's a light shining directly in my face. So that's why my pupils are so fucking small. But hers are not from having a light in her face.
No, yeah. Oh, definitely it's a lighter.
What do you think? What kind of drugs do you think she's on? It's got to be like some kind of pills or something, right?
No, she's smoking like crack or meth or something.
You think so?
Smoking shards, bro.
Straight glass.
Straight glass, dude.
There's actually in the comments here, there's a link here that shows what the different pupils, what they would mean. Red eyes mean marijuana, cocaine, benzodiazepine, and depressants.
Xanax.
Yeah. Constricted pupils is what she has, would be heroin, morphine, fentanyl, codeine. Dilated pupils, which are the big fucking thick ones. Those are hallucinogens, opiates, marijuana, or amphetamines. So interesting. She definitely isn't on anything that's making her more sharp. You know what I mean? It's not like Adderall or something.
Yeah, that's true.
She's out of it. She probably woke up the next morning like, "Where's my dog?"
It just looks like she's got that crack walk. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, for sure.
Man,
it's not from her voice. It sounds like she's really drunk, but she's definitely not drunk because she didn't have the drunk walk. She wasn't stumbling. She was just like slow, like zombie, like almost.
She threw that dog like it wasn't her first time.
Oh, I can't wait till tomorrow when we find out that she's some political fucking blogger and she's really sorry.
That'd be great. That'd be great. Yeah, that's how it always is, right? She's probably been calling.
She owns some fucking small business on Etsy, or she sells fucking antiques, and she's a really nice person. She's a real estate agent, something.
Or like just a failed actress that started smoking crack during the pandemic, past the time.
Yeah, you know what? She reminds me a lot of that chick that the video that guy sent us of the chick at CVS.
Yeah,
it's a lot like that. Very similar. Very similar.
They might be by a CVS. Who knows? I was gonna be shocked if she was driving that car. I tell you what.
That was his car. I
was like,
oh, one last thing before we get out of here. Are you up to date on the Vow?
Dude, I started watching it last night after that Domino's Pizza and
the Domino's Pizza 1.
Yeah. I took a fucking vow to finish that pizza, dude.
The vow was fulfilled.
Yeah. I started to. I'm trying to. All right, let me try and. Actually, I think I'm like 2 episodes behind because
Yeah. So let's just wait. Then. Wait till you get caught up. We'll talk about it. It's still a little boring, but it is starting to get to the point
like
now.
These fucking rich people, dude. It's just like it's kind of annoying a little bit. Honestly.
Oh yeah. Speaking of, and then in the most recent episode, there are more than just white people in the cult. Like I said, you'll see a lot of them.
Okay,
but they talk a little bit about that specifically, but it definitely is a little stretched out and a little boring.
Okay, so
cut it. I think it's supposed to be 10 episodes. They probably could have cut it to like 6. There's been like 2 just complete filler.
What
episodes.
I have a problem with is I don't know if the director was trying to highlight this of how crazy these fucking people are. Is that like it turns into them? It turns into not being about them or like them getting out of the cult or getting people out of the cult. It turns into them just, I want exposure for exposing the cult.
Exactly.
Her son's fucking crying, says he wants his mom, dude, and she's talking about a fucking Twitter feed.
Yeah.
And the dad takes the kid away. It's like, what the fuck is going on here?
Well, they also are like, it's so funny because they were so invested in this fucking cult, and then now they're like, how come no one will do anything about this? This is so wrong. And it's like, you were a part of it up until like a week ago, bro. You know,
they're like, it went viral. It went viral. Like
they also don't understand like how much they're implicated in all this crime. You know what I mean? They're like,
yeah.
They're gonna get.
She's talking about that chick. It's like Barb taught me everything I know. It's like, okay, you're both fucking insane people that fucking fucked other people over, like
big time. Oh yeah,
yeah.
They get and the one that came out this past Sunday. They get into the financials and stuff and about the Seagram's girls and all that stuff. So once you get caught up, you'll see. But we'll save that until you're caught up. But anything else you got going on before we get on up out of here?
I think we're gonna do a cult episode soon. I'm not quite ready for it yet because I'm doing a deep dive on secret societies, and it kind of I'm not gonna lie, I bit off a little more than I could chew with this this course on secret societies. Is 18 hours. I'm listening to it an hour like every day on the way to work or from work.
Mm-hmm.
And fuck, bro, it's
just melting your brain.
It's just so much, dude. It's like all these like secret societies up through history. And like, I think the next lecture is finally on the Illuminati and shit. Start getting into like a little bit more modern shit.
Yeah.
But they all generally have the same thread, which is kind of creepy.
Mm-hmm.
And they always have like this high point, and then they kind of fade away. But it's surprising how long secret societies hold grudges. That is probably the most shocking thing to me.
Really?
Is like over generations they will hold grudges until the time is right.
Yeah.
and they'll reappear and do what they need to do. So that was that's kind of crazy.
I feel like that. I guess we should just save it. I got a lot of thoughts on it too, and I've over the not even just like a deep dive research. I mean, I always have found that shit fascinating, and I've watched quite a bit of stuff on it. I've read quite a bit of stuff on it, so it'll be
Be a good one.
Interesting. Yeah, it'll be a good one. And then once we get rolling here, I'm thinking probably January when we will start a Patreon, and we will have one of those every month, and we'll probably stick to one episode on iTunes and YouTube, and then one episode on Patreon a week, and go from there. And then the one episode on Patreon every week, I think, will just be us bullshitting and just us talking shit, and we'll stick to the episode that comes out on iTunes and YouTube, more of a current events kind of thing, like we usually do. So,
and maybe it'll devolve into OnlyFans where I jerk off. Who knows?
Yeah.
With Aaron Carter and Tyga.
Yeah, OnlyFans. Yeah, we'll do cameos where we fucking say basically whatever he wants to say, all that stuff. So
it'll be a different one though. It'll be cameos, and all I'll do is nut where you want me to.
Thanks for watching, guys. Stay up to date with the show. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at @scam_podcast. If you're listening to audio only, go to YouTube, Scam Space Podcast. You can get all the video feeds. You can see our lovely faces on every episode. And keep an eye on Twitch, Scam_podcast on Twitch. I'll be live streaming some NHL, some FIFA, some different video games. Whatever's hot at the moment are probably what I'm playing. I'm going to start ramping that up more and more here as we get closer to the new systems coming out and all these new games coming out. So keep an eye on that. Malcolm will eventually be on there as well. And if you guys have any thing you want to share with us, podcastscam@gmail.com. Send us some emails, talk about some weird shit like we did today, and we're all for it. And we will see you guys next week. Unless, Malcolm, do you have anything else? Is that it?
I got shit.
All right, man. I'll see you later.
See ya.